More than 14 centuries ago, the Arabian Peninsula was a vast and mysterious land. A land shaped by deserts, mountains, and ancient tribal traditions. Caravans crossed endless dunes, carrying spices, silk, and stories from distant lands. Small cities rose like islands in the desert, places where travelers gathered, merchants traded, and tribes forged alliances. Among these cities stood one of the most important in all of Arabia, Mecca. Surrounded by rugged mountains and scorching desert winds, Mecca was already known as a sacred place. At the center of the city stood the Kaaba, a structure believed to have been built generations earlier as a house dedicated to the worship of the one God. But over time, the spiritual purity of that sanctuary had faded. Tribes from across Arabia placed their idols around the Kaaba. Hundreds of statues filled the sacred space. Each tribe worshipped its own gods. Powerful families controlled trade and influence, and society was divided by tribal loyalties and ancient rivalries. Yet within this world of tradition and division, something extraordinary was unfolding. In Mecca lived a man known among his people for honesty and trustworthiness. His name was Muhammad. Long before he received revelation, people called him Al-Amin, the trustworthy one. He was respected for his character, his fairness, and his compassion. But even before his message began, Arabia was already changing. Caravans were bringing new ideas. Neighboring empires like Byzantium and Persia influenced trade and politics. And many thoughtful people in Arabia were beginning to question the old traditions. They wondered about the meaning of life. They wondered about God. And some believed a prophet would soon appear. In the year 610 CE, that moment arrived. A revelation descended, and the message of Islam began. Over the next 23 years, that message would transform Arabia. It would challenge injustice. It would unite tribes. And it would inspire a generation of believers whose faith would change the course of history. But now, as the story approaches its final chapter, we return to the year 632 CE. The message had spread. The Arabian Peninsula was united under Islam. And in the peaceful city of Medina, the companions of the Prophet were living through days they did not yet realize would become the most emotional in Islamic history. Because the final chapter of the Prophet's life was about to begin. Subscribe for next episode.